Have you ever felt like life is overflowing? Like your days are packed tightly, your home feels like a storage unit, and your mind never gets a moment to rest? You're not alone. We live in a culture that whispers, no, shouts, that more is better. More deadlines, more responsibilities, more stuff. And somewhere along the way, we start to believe that unless we have it all, we're not enough. But what if the truth is the opposite? What if happiness isn't found in more, but in less? Japanese minimalism reminds us that we're not meant to carry everything. It is not about restriction or cold white walls. It is about creating room to breathe, to live today. You'll learn the essence of this way of life. Through 6 powerful principles, we'll explore how to clear not just the clutter in your home, but the noise in your mind. Because you deserve a space, physically and emotionally, that doesn't drain you, but restores you. This is more than tidying. It's an invitation to come home, to yourself. In Japanese aesthetics, there's a principle called ma, the space between things. It may seem strange at first. How can nothing have so much meaning? But when life feels overwhelming, ma becomes your greatest ally. It's not emptiness in the hollow sense. It's presence. It's that pause between the notes of a song that makes the melody more beautiful. It's the silence in a room that helps you hear your own heartbeat again. Imagine a corner in your home that's so crammed, you can't even think. Now imagine that same corner, clear and calm, where light touches the floor and your eyes finally rest. That's ma, and it's free. You don't have to buy serenity. You create it by letting go. Take a small step, clear one shelf, breathe. Notice how space feels. The absence isn't loss, it's peace. In this silence, your thoughts slow down, and in that pause, you remember what truly matters. In a world that screams for more, ma is your quiet revolution. What's essential? That question holds the power to transform your life. The Japanese principle of Kanso teaches that simplicity is not about having less. It is about keeping only what truly matters. When your space is filled with meaningful, functional beauty, your mind mirrors that clarity. You're no longer buried under piles of just-in-case items. You're surrounded only by what serves, what supports, and what speaks to your soul. Think of your favorite mug, the one that fits perfectly in your hand, or that one chair where you actually rest. These are not extravagant things. They're simple, but they're yours. Kanso invites you to ask, what in your life feels just right, and what are you holding onto out of habit or fear? Choose to keep the objects, commitments, and habits that nourish you. When you embrace only the essential, you don't just organize your home, you declutter your mind, your energy, your life. That's the quiet power of simplicity. That's Kanso. In the rush of daily life, we forget how to be still. But the Japanese concept of Seijaku reminds us, tranquility is not something we stumble upon. It's something we create, moment by moment. It's the pause you take before replying, the soft light that fills your room in the early morning, the 5 minutes of silence that reset your whole day. In a chaotic world, Seijaku becomes a rebellion, a return to peace that begins inside. You don't need to escape to a mountaintop to find serenity. It's right here, in the choices you make every day. Turn off the endless noise, dim the lights, touch the earth, a small plant, a smooth stone, the warmth of tea in your hands. Let your environment mirror the stillness you want to feel. You don't need perfection to be at peace. You need presence. And when you choose calm again and again, it becomes a habit, a lifestyle, a sanctuary you carry with you, no matter where life takes you. We've been taught that perfection is the goal. But in Japanese minimalism, the principle of Fukinsei tells a different story, that there's beauty in imbalance, in the unpredictable, in the real. Nature never tries to be perfect. Leaves are uneven, trees lean, mountains crumble, and yet, it's stunning, it's alive. Why, then, do we expect our homes and our lives to be flawlessly symmetrical, pristine, untouched? That old shelf with its scratches, that vase with a chip. They're not broken, they're filled with story. And so are you. Your mismatched days, your moments of chaos, your imperfections. These are the marks of a life truly lived. Fukinsei invites you to soften your gaze, to welcome the crooked and imperfect as deeply human and deeply beautiful. Let go of the pressure to always fix, always polish. Sometimes the magic lies in the mess. And when you embrace that, you open your heart to a new kind of harmony, one that celebrates what's real. There are moments so profound, they leave you speechless. A full moon rising silently, the hush of snowfall outside your window, the smell of rain before it falls. These are glimpses of Yugen, the Japanese principle of deep, subtle beauty that cannot be described, only felt. Yugen is the feeling that arises when your soul whispers, this is sacred, even if you can't explain why. You don't have to travel far or do anything grand to touch this feeling. Yugen lives in the ordinary, the flicker of candlelight, the sound of wind through trees, the pause between your breaths. It teaches us to stop chasing and start sensing, to notice, not control. And in doing so, we begin to see life not just as a list of tasks or goals, but as a work of art in motion. Let yourself be moved by what you don't fully understand. Trust that some of the most beautiful things in life, including yourself, were never meant to be explained, only experienced.